Okay, Mike Phillips down here at Auto Geek Show Car Garage, and I have my friend Forrest's 1987 Corvette down here. We've already got it all taped off and ready to buff out. Now the pictures up on the forum makes the paint look like it's in pretty good shape, but I've already done what we call a test spot, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the light on here and show you the difference. So right there you can see all the swirls, and as I move this camera slowly, you can see the line there. And now look how the paint just goes completely clear. You can see all the metallic flake now. So there's the line. That's where I put my tape line. Over here's the area I buffed, and here's before. And it's a completely swirled out mess. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate what I did in that test spot to the rest of the car. Now here's what I used. I used a rotary buffer. This is the DeWalt with the 6.5-inch hybrid white polishing pad with the new SONAX Fine Abrasive Paste, following their directions, starting out at 800 RPM, buffing with firm pressure, then bringing my RPM up to about 1200 RPM and making a few more passes. And then after that I wiped that residue off, switched over to a gold jeweling pad, and then I used the Nano Polish. And the same thing, I started out at 800 RPM, buffed for a few section passes. Then I brought my RPMs up to about 900 RPM and just made a few more really light passes with just the weight of the machine. Wiped that off, and then we applied the SONAX Polymer Net Shield. And you apply this with a foam applicator pad, and then you only do a small section at a time, then you go ahead and you wipe it off, and then you move on. So I've polished this twice, and then put the net shield on, and I think you can see the difference is just amazing. Anyway, so we're ready to buff out the rest of this car, and then I'll take a walk around video plus post all the high resolution shots up to autogeekonline.net where you can check them all out. And my crew's here ready to go. Hey, there's Paul, Juanito, Oliver, Forrest the owner, there's Louie, and here's Ken and a couple more guys outside checking out some other cool cars. So stay tuned. Mike Phillips down here at Auto Geek Show Car Garage. We just finished machine polishing this 1987 Corvette. It came in with a lot of swirls and scratches in it. And now look at the gloss as I walk down the side of this Corvette body here. It's just completely wet and glossy looking. Look at that fender. Look how glossy that is. And we did all this with the rotary buffers. We used the Flex, Makita, and the DeWalt. Hybrid pads for the cutting step. Then we went to a gold Lake Country jeweling pad for the finishing step. Then we hand applied the Polymer Net Shield. These are all products from SONAX. Let me just pan across the back of this Corvette. Here's a little thing to look out for every time I buff out a Corvette. I always look to see if some other detailers burnt through all the edges of the emblems on these, and when they do, the plastic underneath that black is white. So always tape that off so you don't burn through it. Anyway, so that is the finished results after putting this through a SONAX show car treatment. Just look at the reflections coming off the hood there. Anyway, so here's what we used. We started out with the SONAX Fine Abrasive Paste. Then we followed that with the Nano Polish. Then we hand applied the Polymer Net Shield. And we dressed the tires with the SONAX Tire Gloss Gel. And this thing just really came out looking good. In the first video I took, of course, I scrolled or panned back and forth the fender line here where I did my test spot. And you could see all the swirls and scratches, and now they're 100% gone. This finish is probably better than when this car came out of the showroom. Okay, and I have the owner here. His name's Forrest. Hey, Forrest, can you just tell me a little bit about the car, where you got it, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, a family friend had the car, and his brother passed away, who was the original owner of the car. And his brother, who was the family friend, he got the car, and he needed to sell it, so asked my family if I would like to have it, and I said sure. So I bought it from him.
And how many miles are on it right now?
20,000 miles. I bought it and had 10,000 miles.
So you've put a few on it.
Put a few on it.
And it runs and drives really good?
Sure does. A daily driver.
A lot of fun to drive?
It sure is.
But you keep this in the garage too when you're not driving it, right?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think of the results of the SONAX products?
It's amazing. I really appreciate all you guys working on it.
So let me just pan over here. Here's my team. Far right, that's Paul, goes by Selfish on the forum. That's Tim, goes by 57 Born to Run on the forum. That's my friend Jeff and coworker. He goes by Red GT, right, on the forum. And this is Louie. Louie, you're not a member of the forum, are you? What's your forum name? Oh, okay. Okay, and then we got Oliver, Juanito, and we got Ken. So this was the A team tonight. And these guys did just an absolutely flawless job of working all the defects out of the paint and creating this dripping wet show car finish. Man, I tell you, that does look good, doesn't it, Forrest?
Sure does.
Okay, well, Forrest comes down and helps us with a lot of our show car projects down here. I have absolute confidence he'll be able to take care of this finish now and keep it up, and I think he's going to have a lot of fun showing this off to all his families and friends who all got to take a good close look at it before we did buff it out. Anyway, so that's it for this week's project. Check out AutoGeekOnline.net for the full resolution pictures. And if you want to get any of these cool products, the SONAX products, you can go to AutoGeek.net. And with that, we're out of here. So Forrest, how does it run?
I don't know. You tell me.
That sounds sweet, buddy. Hey, don't get no tickets now.
I'll try not.
See you later, buddy.